year that was 2020 is quickly coming to an end, thank God. This year had its downs and even deeper downs. It was a fairly solid year for watching anime. Delays impacted some of the more anticipated anime set to release this year, but we did receive new seasons of various shows that many have been looking forward to for a few years. I think 2020 was more about the return of favorite anime than it was about new anime making their mark. However, I did end up enjoying a number of new shows. With 2020 coming to a close, it is time to put together my list of favorite anime from the year. I won't be putting them in any sort of order, but I will be naming my favorite anime of 2020. Shows like Jujutsu Kaisen and Attack on Titan could technically count this year, but I'm going to hold them off until 2021 because most likely will be on the list next year. I love a good romance anime, especially when it takes place after high school or college. Seeing Yesterday, for me, isn't going to wow many people out there, but I enjoyed this show's awkward love triangle, square, something like that. Whatever it was, I enjoyed it. Some of the characters can be annoying, yet they were also pretty relatable at the same time. It's a slower paced show that touches on relationships after attending school and the hardships that come with it. I know that some people were not a fan of the way that the anime ended, but as someone who hadn't read the source material, I still managed to enjoy this anime a good amount. Danmachi is one of my favorite light novel series, and the anime is pretty good as well. For the most part, Season 3 was a pretty good outing for the series, as the show took a little more time to let things develop than compared to Season 2. The Zenos situation with Belle causes a decent turn in the way Belle behaves later in the future, and I'm really hoping the show gets another season, because I really want to see some of the light novels that take place after Season 3 in an animated form. Let's just say that there are some pretty awesome battles, hopefully on the horizon, if we get a Season 4. This anime was a pretty fun watch in the early goings of 2020. Welcome to Demon School is a wacky comedy anime but a human attending a school in the underworld. The cast is a fun group of characters who are all a little quirky, along with Aruma, who is a little occupied with not letting anyone know he is a human. Because they'll eat him then. Munch, munch, munch. The show is set for another season at some point. I'm interested to see how the rest of its adventure develops. My expectations heading into this anime weren't overly high, yet it managed to be much better and funnier than I could anticipate. The relationship between Uzaki and Sakurai is a pretty entertaining one. Both characters are likable and offer some pretty funny interactions when they decide to hang out. The anime is a romantic comedy, and while it is mostly a comedy, I found the blooming relationship between the two characters to have some pretty solid touching moments sprinkled throughout with laughing Uzaki and irritated Sakurai's moments together. Visually, Tower of God is one of my favorite anime of the year, as it offers a setting/world that feels pretty alien to the norm, yet familiar enough not to be overly weird. Bam as a character didn't do too much for me though. but an outstanding soundtrack and a handful of the moments were good enough to make me excited for what this series could be in the future.
ごめんなさい。今外に出ます。時に桃を食べたらこういうことあったなって思い出すでしょ。手作りお菓子ってそういうのが素敵なの。
All good things must come to an end, even when the good thing doesn't offer a good ending for your best girl. My teen romantic comedy Snafu is a personal favorite of mine, and I was very much looking forward to seeing the series get another season that would finally wrap up this awkward teen romance once and for all. Final season definitely leaned more towards the drama side of things, but it did have its fair share of emotional moments. Hachimen and Friends' final outing wasn't always great, but offered a conclusion to one of the better romantic comedy anime of the past decade. Even if it was the wrong conclusion, no, I'm still not salty about it, okay? Okay? I'm not salty. Okay, maybe just a little. The second season of ReZero might have been my most anticipated anime coming into the year. I consider the first season to be absolutely great and was ready for more death and despair from Subaru. The first half of season 2 doesn't reach the highs of the first season, but it still was a great watch. Learning more about the various witches and about Subaru personally helped negate the lack of much development in solving Subaru's current predicament. Luckily, the second half of season 2 isn't very far away, so expect ReZero to make another appearance on this list next year. Hopefully with more REM. I need more REM. Ascendance of a Bookworm was a sleeper hit for me when it released last year, and the second season only continued to show why this anime is underrated. Mine's isekai journey isn't like most other isekai, as it doesn't tackle a grand quest or anything world-changing. Focuses more on smaller developments and Mine's skill of using her knowledge to improve her life and reach her goals, which is pretty much just reading books. A slower pace and less grandeur story might not grab everyone, but I found Ascendance of a Bookworm to be one of the best anime from 2020. In a year where there were some solid romantic comedy anime, Tonikawa might end up being my favorite of the bunch. This anime about a pair of newlyweds who barely know each other is a great combination of funny and sweet. Nasa and Tsukasa make for an entertaining and adorable couple, with the anime doing a good job of offering funny moments between the two, along with some more touchy moments of their growing love for each other. A really enjoyable anime that was/is a good palate cleanser for the year that was 2020.
でもうちのお嫁さんそういうの欲しがるかな。トール、何ぼーっとしてんだ？いえ別に。トール君、悩みね。
My anime of the year for 2019 was almost my anime of the year for 2020 as well. Fruits Basket has quickly become a favorite show of mine, as Toru and the Soma family continue to offer an experience full of laughter, tears, anger, and joy. The second season ended up being even better than the first, offering a look at more of the deep yet great cast of characters as they struggle with a curse and their past. Fruits Basket will have your attention almost every episode, and the second season displayed some of my favorite moments and scenes of 2020. If you missed this anime, you need to make more time to check it out.
君はどういうヒーローになりたい？誰にも心配させることのないくらい必ず勝って
In a year where a lot of anime received some pretty solid new seasons, My Hero Academia offered yet another great season that helped push it towards being my anime of the year for 2020. As much of a fan as I am of the series, pretty much any year with a new season ends up being my favorite anime of that year. But without any new amazing anime to give the crown to, I thought I would award the Superhero Spectacular the award. Season 4 might not be the best season of the series, yet it contains some of the best moments the series has offered thus far. Deku and Overhaul's fight, along with Endeavor's climactic end to the season, showed that the series still has plenty of punches to throw in the battle of best anime. I love My Hero Academia, and Season 4 continued show that won't be changing anytime soon. Well, there you have it. Those were the anime that I enjoyed the most throughout the year. I'm sure I missed some of your favorites, so feel free to let me know what you enjoyed, or just what stuck out from this year. And with 2021 anime just a few weeks away from starting, you can probably expect another video in the near future, hopefully breaking down what shows to check out. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you later.
この美少女で常に目の保養してるんだ。だからお前のことを見ても別にそんな大して可愛いなとか思う回数は少ない。いや、普通の人なら僕の前に立つと吐くんだよ。面白いだろ。